Welcome, viewers, for another episode of Wealth Wednesdays. We are glad to have you back. Today, we are talking about collective investment schemes. So tune in to learn more about how you can start your investment journey using the money market funds. So another thing I wanted to ask is about risk appetite.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I know, what's the easiest way I can measure my risk appetite to know if I'm a person for money market fund, if I'm a person for stock market, if I'm a person for balance funds? What's the easiest way I can measure risk appetite? And in fact, before you answer that, what is risk appetite?
Risk appetite. So let's invest at risk.
Yes.
So your risk appetite is a factor of two things: ability to take risk and willingness to take risk. And risk, for this matter, we mean the chance of losing or having your portfolio go down. I don't want to look at the upward one, going down, because that is where the pain is. That you can invest 1,000 and then ipote. That is risk. Or it doesn't potea, but you get it not 1,000, it's now 900.
Yes.
No, that is risk. That means 100 shillings has gone.
Yeah.
That is risk. That's what we define as risk when it comes to investing. Now, when I talk about how you assess yourself, we say willingness and ability. Okay? Now, willingness is you telling me, but I'm ready, I can invest, I can buy shares.
Yes.
That's willingness. Then I'll ask you, how much are we investing? Then you tell me, I'm starting with 1,000. And I'll tell you, you don't have the ability.
Yeah.
The ability meaning the outlay, the money that you're starting with is not large enough to withstand the shocks that come in markets. And therefore, I'll tell you, it is true that you have the willingness, but your ability is a bit limited, because if this is the only money that you're starting and this is all you have, the truth is we need to safeguard it and grow it gradually.
Yes.
So I will dissuade you from taking an equity fund. The other thing that I'll check is I'll ask you, how old are you?
Yes.
So let's take a 90-year-old retired guy comes and tells me, I want to take risk. I've retired. This is my retirement money. I want to buy equities. And this is where all his income comes from, and his age. I'll also tell him, you may desire to multiply your money, because a high risk instrument multiply wealth.
Return. Yeah.
But I'll tell them, at your age, I am going to dissuade you from buying this risky asset, because what you need most is your survival. You need your income. And if we go into risky investments and one day you come and we can't be able to give you this, you will die of other health challenges.
Yes.
And we don't want to take you there. So age is also another factor in assessing your risk appetite. So if a young person came with the same 1,000, let's say a 25-year-old, and said, I want to start saving 1,000 shillings and every month, and they're 25,
Yeah.
do you know I can give them an equity fund? And I would give them an equity fund, which is a risky fund,
Yeah.
because they have the time to wait out markets downturns.
Yes.
So age is also a very big factor. So willingness might not be there, but your age may actually be allowing you to do that, an ability. So we will assess you on many fronts, age-wise, the amount of money and wealth you have, the amount of time you want to invest the money, because some people say, I only want to invest for the next 1 year and you give me back my money. Again, that's another factor that will make me say, you don't have the ability to take risk. Therefore, let us go slow, because you have something ahead of you need to achieve. Say, go to school. So this money, we will invest it in such a way that when you come for it and you're going to college or paying your fees, you'll be able to access it, because that's a bigger goal than just earning the high return. So very many factors. We do give questionnaires and psychometrics that help us to screen you and tell you where you fit in. But on top of that, also talk to you and understand you, because you may give me answers that, but when I listen to you, I'm hearing a different conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you may give answers that, make you look good on paper.
Yeah. So talking.
Okay. So so you've assessed your risk, you know where you want to be.
Yes.
You've put in your money. at the point maybe now you want to utilize it,
Mhm.
how easy is it to get it back? We know that most money market funds, we hear them with insurance companies. And you know, as Kenyans, we are scared of insurance companies. We shouldn't be. That's another conversation. But the reality is we are scared. You're like, hey, if I put this money, will it come back?
Yeah.
So how easy is it?
All right. Speaking generally, money market funds are not insurance products. They are capital markets products. So they are protected under the Capital Markets Act.
Yeah.
So I can tell you they do pay, obviously subject to the integrity of the different organizations that are running with them. But speaking for majority, we haven't seen such any issues in terms of payment. However, you need to remember that a money market fund is not a bank account. So it's not where you can go with your ATM card and draw it
And
immediately
withdraw,
or
yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
There's no instant cash like that. So if you want your money back, you must give your manager a heads up. I'm withdrawing all my money or part of my money, and the managers will pay you according to Capital Markets Authority, maximum 5 days. That's maximum 5 days. So if your manager, wherever you are, they are paying you after 5 days, there's a problem. And you
Yeah.
can actually report it that you haven't been paid by your manager and it's past 5 days. So it's regulated. But most of us, as fund managers, we are also responsible people.
Yes.
We will try as much as possible to pay you between 48 hours and 72 hours.
Yeah.
We don't take unless you had invested a really big sum of money.
Big sum of money.
Yes, yes.
So and if I want to take back my money, now that you mentioned that they distribute interest at the end of the month, do I need to wait till the end of the month for me to get some of that interest back, or can I just get it at any time?
You can get your money anytime. And if the interest you've come in the middle of the month and so interest has not yet been distributed, we will still have your interest credited to you at the end of the month. So the beauty is that nothing gets lost.
So you don't lose anything?
Nothing. You lose
Okay.
nothing.
And this money, I think I also want to talk about the power of compounding a little bit.
Sure.
They say it's compounded.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Compounding, which we call the eighth wonder of the world, compounding means that your interest that you earn, the interest we've been talking about every month you're being credited, it also starts working for you and earning interest. So it's like you plant a seed, it gives you a fruit, and the
Inside the
fruit
fruit, there's a
starts
seed.
also, yes, and that fruit also germinates, gives you another fruit,
Yes.
like that. So it is compounding in the sense that the interest will start earning interest, and therefore you're not going to be calculated your interest like after 1 year from January to December as a straight line. It's going to be calculated on a monthly basis based on the interest that accumulated. So you find the compounded interest will always be higher than the simple interest.
Yes.
So it's an amazing, amazing way of accumulating wealth.
Would you recommend I take a loan and put it in this money market?
You take debt to invest? Technically, no. I'm very firm about that because debt is another discussion that we need to have in your wealth, in your journey of wealth development and wealth building.
Yeah.
Don't take debt to go and invest in a money market. That's not
It's not a wise move.
It's not a wise move. What we tell people is cut out on costs and save. Investments are supposed to be coming from savings, not from debt.
Yeah.
Because you're not buying a real asset. And a real asset are tangible assets. For example, people who are going to buy land or buy a house, we do agree they can take debt to finance because they are capital intensive. But a money market is a build-up.
Yeah.
Don't go and borrow $1 million just so that you'll be saying your money market fund has $1 million, but you're paying 18% now. Yeah?
18%.
It's not
we
wise.
saw that that was circulating.
Yes, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't take debt to build your investments. Instead, cut out on your budget and start saving, building your investments. That's my advice to people.
So in a nutshell, what you're saying is be patient with yourself.
Yes.
Grow slowly. Build your wealth step by step.
Consistently.
Consistently.
Yes.
All right. So for a parting shot, Liz, What can you tell our viewers?
I would say this. I think Kenya and Kenyans, we need to wake up to the clarion call of saving and investing, denying ourselves today
Yeah.
so that our tomorrow can be better. And we do have investment products that work, like
Yeah.
money market funds. I would urge each and everybody, whether you're earning a lot or earning a little, start your investment journey. Don't wait for the big bucks. Start anyway.
Yes.
And if you start, I can tell you the growth will only be upwards.
Start even with 500.
Absolutely.
Just start.
Consistency.
That's it from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So that's it for today. We are looking forward to host you next Wednesday for another episode of Wealth Wednesdays. Remember to like, share, subscribe, engage with us on all our social media platforms. We are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and even here on YouTube. We want to hear from you. What do you want to learn from us? What do you want to hear from us? What questions do you have when it comes to investments? Who do you want to see on the channel? Give us your suggestions and we'll make sure it happens. Thank you.